Today we're checking out Oko the Trickster in Oathbreaker and seeing what kind of signature spell might pair best with him. For 6 mana, he starts at 4 loyalty. +1. Put 2 +1/+1 counters on up to 1 target creature you control. 0. Until end of turn, Oko the Trickster becomes a copy of target creature you control. Prevent all damage that would be dealt to him this turn. -7. Until end of turn, each creature you control has base power and toughness 10/10 and gains trample. Alright, just being honest here, this Oko does not look crazy good, but it does look really fun. I really like it, and it's been on my list to build for a long time. I just love planeswalkers that can turn into creatures, and this one being able to clone something for a turn, yeah, that's pretty cool. Oko doesn't seem to understand the concept of shirts though, and that's a little concerning to me. He's got the sleeves down, but he's missing like the most essential part of the shirt. In my opinion, sleeves are optional on a shirt, but the midriff is pretty essential. Anyways, let's talk about some signature spell options. If we wanted to synergize with the +1 ability, we could pick a signature spell with Proliferate. That would proliferate up the +1/+1 counters, but also the loyalty counters on Oko. There's a bunch of other +1/+1 synergy cards too, like Hintervines, which is a fog for creatures with +1/+1 counters. Inspiring Call, draw a card for each creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on it. Those creatures gain indestructible till end of turn. Silk Guard, put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to X target creatures you control. Aura's equipment and modified creatures you control gain hexproof till end of turn. Give and Take either puts +1/+1 counters on creatures or removes them and draws that many cards. And Quandrix Command, a nice versatile one. Choose 2, return target creature or planeswalker card to its owner's hand. Counter target artifact or enchantment spell, put 2 +1/+1 counters on target creature, or target player shuffles up to 3 target cards from their graveyard into their library. Alright, let's talk about synergy cards for that 0 ability, the clone ability. My favorite is Bribery. Search target opponent's library for a creature card and put it onto the battlefield under your control. I'm a big fan of games that play out a little bit differently every time, and this is a great signature spell for that. You never know what you're gonna get. Whatever it is, it's probably gonna be good, and then Oko can turn into it too. We could also try a birthing pod type of strategy with Neoform or Eldritch Evolution as signature spell to sacrifice a creature that we control to go search up something better. Or something like Green Sun Zenith or Finale of Devastation, which are 2 more ways to go search our library for a specific creature and put it straight out onto the battlefield, something that Oko can copy. And lastly, if we wanted to synergize with that -7 of making all of our creatures base power 10/10 and gain trample, we could do a token strategy. Beacon of Creation is my favorite for the mana cost. You could get quite a few little 1/1 insects for this if you are going heavy on green. Or Aether Mutation, return target creature to its owner's hand. Put X 1/1 green sapling creature tokens onto the battlefield, where X is its converted mana cost. Removal and a bunch of tokens. Yeah, I like that quite a bit. But Verdant Command is an interesting one too. Choose 2. Target player creates 2 tapped 1/1 green squirrel creature tokens. Counter target loyalty ability of a planeswalker. Exile target card from a graveyard. Target player gains 3 life. The counter target loyalty ability of a planeswalker thing, that's not something you see real often, and it's uniquely good in this format. As far as my own build, I'm thinking of using him as a poison Oathbreaker, and that is probably pretty bad. But the +1/+1 counters will be good with Infect, and Oko can copy any creature I have with Infect or Toxic. There's quite a few options for signature spells that give poison counters or proliferate, and Oko's -7 should be able to close out the game by turning my Infect creatures into giant 10/10s with trample. If you made it this far in the video, consider subscribing. I've been putting out regular Oathbreaker content. These videos really don't do as well as my Commander videos, but I just love making them. And I love that at least a few of you out there love watching them. Honestly, I feel really privileged to be able to make these videos and help the format grow a little bit. So as always, thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you next time.